This is a Speed Merchant production. Fast Matt's on the camera. I'm your host with the most, Racer Tom. Obviously you can see it's not ski season, and what we're going to do today is my 5 picks for the 5 bourbons that you need according to someone on Reddit. I'm not sure who, but they made a list. So I've got my picks, and let's get into it here. But before I get into it, let me just shout out a honorable mention, and that is Knob Creek. And Knob Creek doesn't fit into any of the 5 categories. If I had a category for this, it would be my pick for under $40, but there's no under $40 category today, so a shout out to Knob Creek, and we'll go on to the first pick.
I like Knob Creek too.
With that said, the first pick is the Daily Drinker. I don't drink bourbon every day, so I just call it my house pour, and has to go to Wild Turkey 101. And this is the same Wild Turkey that you barfed on many years ago, but it's evolved over the years, and in my opinion, I've tried the old versus the new. I had a bottle that was about 15 years old, never opened, and in my opinion, the old was just a little more apple cider on there, and this is just, it's the good stuff. It's what my house pour is, and give it a try. Next up is something to impress your friends. And with that, you got to go with the Henry McKenna 10-year bottled in bond. And this is good stuff. And this is like, it's won whiskey of the year, bourbon of the year, and it's very smooth. I can see why it would appeal to a lot of bourbon drinkers or whiskey drinkers in general. It's a little smoother. It's almost a kind of a Canadian whiskey-ish, if there is such a thing, of bourbons, but it's really good stuff, and it'll impress your friends for sure. The next category is cheap mixer, and let me tell you, there's no better cheap mixer than Evan Williams white label, not the black label, but the white label, bottled in bond, 4 years old, 100 proof, punches through good with mixed drinks, and this bottle is $17 in Utah.
Wow.
And that's the retail price. Many times it's on sale for $14, and it's good stuff. It's what I recommend if somebody likes bourbon and just wants a less expensive option. This is worthy of a try, and good stuff. When I retire in a couple of years, all I'll be drinking is Evan Williams white label. So now we're going on to something great. That Friday night, you want something more than your standard. And that is, for me, in Utah, with our selection is not as wide, but this is really a good one. Baker's 7, 107 proof. This is a Jim Beam product, and Jim Beam is what brought me here. And let me tell you, this is really good stuff. This is, there's Jim Beam white label, there's Jim Beam black, there's Jim Beam choice. This would be Jim Beam on steroids. And let me tell you, it is good stuff. Well, about $60, so the price point is a little high, but really
but it's Friday night.
So. Right, you need something just a little better than the standard. And the last category is something special. And there's nothing more special than Elijah Craig barrel proof. And this stuff will range in proof from, I believe the lowest proof stuff right now is about 117 proof up to almost 140 proof. So it'll take the paint off the barn. And if you've never had a Kentucky Hug, this is the stuff that you want to try. And if you drink it just a little too quick, it doesn't burn going down, but if you've never had a Kentucky Hug, you're gonna have one with this. And with that's my 5 categories. And I'll just close by saying, you know, how I've tried different bottles of bourbon and determined what I like is simply getting the small bottles, the 375 milliliter, and give those a try. You know, most of the popular ones come in the 375, and that's a great, inexpensive way to find out what you like. And with that said, Racer Tom, Fast Matt,
Yeah.
signing out.
Bye all.